Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's time for another plant talk. So here I talk about plants, things that I do and don't know about them of all sorts of shapes, sizes, and variety. And if you have anything to say about them or the topic that I'm discussing, please leave a comment below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so right away. This way, and click the bell icon too. Very important, click that bell icon so you don't miss a moment of my gripping videos. There's a little bit of sarcasm there. So today we're talking about the potatoes, if you hadn't guessed. I just harvested some dark red Norland potatoes. That's these little guys here. This batch is a little bit smaller than the batch I had actually harvested yesterday, so this is my second batch. But today I want to talk to you about potatoes. If you didn't know already, a potato is a root vegetable. And if you didn't know this, it originated from, sorry, I'm looking at my phone here. It originated from Peru. It's part of the nightshade family, so therefore potatoes can be poisonous in certain circumstances. So, not these spuds unless of course they're exposed to daylight, but that's a whole nother thing. As with any of my videos here where I talk about plants, I highly encourage you to go off and do your own research, and I will leave links below as to what I am talking about or where I did some of my research. So please feel free to go check that out, and I also encourage you to go out into the wild world of the interwebs and perhaps even your local public library and do some of your own research into these incredible roots. Potatoes were domesticated approximately 7,000 to 10,000 years ago. I have notes on these things. So 7,000 to 10,000 years ago. That's pretty amazing. They were introduced, but they were only introduced into Europe in the mid to late 1500s by the Spanish. Get that. Originally they were actually thought to be garbage, disgusting. No one wanted to eat them. There are approximately 5,000 types of potatoes, and there are approximately 4,000 varieties of potatoes. The word potato is a Spanish hybrid word from the word patata, I believe. Yeah, it's weird. Again, I'll leave links below, and I'm probably mispronouncing some of this, but basically it was using the same word as the sweet potato until somebody at a later point in date said, this isn't a sweet potato, we really need to give it its own name. Frederick the Great of Prussia, that was before Germany, so again, go do your little homework there on interwebs. But Frederick the Great of Prussia turned around and saw some of these, saw how well they resisted droughts, famines, etc., how easy they were to grow, and said, hey, I want everybody in the country to grow these things to better prepare our country for war, famine, etc. And yeah, he first made them a staple in the Prussian army, so they became part of the Russian army, Prussian army's inventory. And then in 1756, he had the Potato Edict, basically telling everybody in the country they had to grow potatoes. So yeah, peasants, farmers, etc. all went, oh, I don't want to grow that, but there was an edict from the king, so you had to do it, so there you go. Potatoes basically spread across all of Europe, became part of the culture, and became a very popular food with both royalty and then, of course, the peasants beneath them. So it became such a staple that in Ireland, they basically became the food of the Irish peasants. They only grew one type of potato, which eventually led to several famines, including the Great Potato Famine, or the Great Famine as it's otherwise known, the Great Irish Famine. So where approximately 1 million people died because potatoes got something called potato blight, which is a fungus or a mold, I believe. Again, I'm not sure on this. Go do your own homework, research, read the links below. I'm probably screwing something up as I spoke because I didn't put it in the notes here. Potato blight then wiped out crops between 1845 and 1849, basically making the potato worthless, a moldy sponge of grossness that no one would eat. Therefore, people were starving. So there were also other factors that led into the Great Irish Potato Famine, but again, you can go read those links below. Interesting enough, one of the names for potato is spud, and the name spud sort of derived from a few different places until it became the word that we know today, and one of those is Latin for spade. So, and spade is a small knife or tool that you use to dig in the ground, and well, you need to dig in the ground to plant these things. So, also then later on probably mixed in with the English word spade, and then you come up with spud. I don't write these things, I just read them. It's a herbaceous perennial that can grow up to about approximately 2 feet tall, and that's basically above ground, but we don't eat those parts because they're all poisonous, including the fruit that can be produced from the potato flower. So potatoes do grow a flower. That flower will eventually turn into a fruit, and that fruit can be is quite poisonous. So never eat the potato fruit. So you can harvest the potatoes obviously and eat them unless they've been exposed to sunlight, which is why it's always important to earth up or make sure that your potatoes are buried deep enough so they do not get exposed to sunlight. As I mentioned before, there are approximately 4,000 cultivars. I think I might have said varieties, but there are cultivars, 4,000 cultivars. Some of those cultivars include dark red Norland potatoes, Yukon Golds, which I'll be harvesting in a month or two, Duke of York, Fenton, Fingerly, Lima, May Queen, the list goes on and on and on and on. In 2018, potatoes were the 4th largest produced crop in the world. 4th. Oh, that's crazy. And China grew apparently 27% of that entire crop in the world. That's an impressive amount. So the total crop in 2018 was also 368 million tons. That's a lot of potatoes. So potatoes have become so part of our culture that they cover everything from main dishes to snacks. We make potato chips from them, French fries, hash browns, baked potatoes, potato pancakes. Canadians make poutine. If you're from Canada and I'm mispronouncing it, I do apologize. I'm not Canadian. Before I go today, there's one more thing that you may have a question in your mind. What am I going to do with all the soil that they grew in and the plants themselves? These things. So these will all go to the compost pile. They'll all rot down and they'll become part of the good compost that I will grow more potatoes in next year. So that's it for now. So please like and subscribe to this video. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I put out a new video. And if you have any comments, please leave those comments below. I love to hear from you guys. And hey, we're trying for 30 subscribers. So if you have any friends, family, relatives, or grumpy old guy across the street who you think would like to watch this video or be slightly interested in the channel, please let them know about the channel. Spread the word. We're trying for 30 subscribers. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. See ya.